I think it was I don't know if this counts as part of the conversation, but I think it was like at the very beginning, like right when like he appeared on the screen and like when the crowd started cheering and you could tell like he was like visibly like emotional over like his reaction to seeing all the teams there. Like I think it was like really amazing to see like how much he actually like cares and how much he like cared that we cared about how much like, all of this, you know? I think that was like my favorite part about it all.
I think the moment I still think about is when he started talking about the White Sox. No, I'm just kidding. But that was a cool moment. But I think for me, I still think back to when I asked my question and when he gave the response of like surround yourself with people that will help you with your faith and help you along the way. I mean, I won't lie, at first I didn't like fully understand the question. One, because I was like super nervous. He was in front of me. I was talking to the Pope. But two, I had to really let his answer like resonate and simmer with me. And then as time went on, I really understood like, wow, yeah, the people I've surrounded myself with really did help me with my faith and help me with like mental health problems and all that.
For me, I have to say it was when like how many times he said my name, because someone that important said my name. That was actually insane. That's what I keep remembering.
I think that's like I really resonate with that now because I feel that I've filled up my schedule a lot more, like for the purpose to kind of be out there more. If it's with the community, if it's in sports, and kind of like take away from doing just things online all the time, instead going out there and trying to like be out there more. And it's just like I'm a lot happier when I'm out with people and I'm like sharing the experience with them and like just being in communion with a lot of other people. It's a lot just more like refreshing than just being inside all day.
For me, after that experience, I think going back to the church and going back to like my community, it's definitely been very like it's been very warming because a lot of the community has reached out, say, "Oh, congratulations! Like, very proud of you." And it was just a good moment to bring the community together, and in that moment to also bring it back to faith. So I definitely feel that my confidence has improved and that my faith has also improved by that. It was kind of surreal. Like I came back as soon as I came back, I went to Six Flags because I had an event for like a church event that I had to go to, and like from that reward, like we went to Six Flags. So as soon as I came through the doors, it was like, hey, you met the Pope, the guy that met the Pope, the guy that met the Pope. And there was actually someone before a ride that asked if I could bless them. But it felt very like rewarding. It felt like all the things leading up to it were very worth it. You know, all like the practicing, all the hours I put into my community. It felt like I was getting back on what I gave in.
I think leading right off of what Ezekiel said, like even to today, like I'm still referred to like around the town like as the kid that talked to the Pope and the guy that met the Pope. And at this time of like year right now, I'm getting a lot of like how do I say, announcements for graduations, like all my friends that are graduating and everything. And I've gotten like 3 announcements already. Like with on the envelope it says Chris, the guy that talked to the Pope. And like that's kind of just like my nickname around here now too. Like everybody's like, hey, that's the guy that talked to the Pope. And it's just like it's really fun.
At my church, during the confirmation retreat, they wanted to talk to me about how I like the process and how I felt up there, and I found that really cool because most of them were older than me because I got confirmed early, so it was nice.
Yeah, definitely. Like I think a lot of like the kids that I go to youth group with and everything kind of just like look to me like on where to go, what to do. When they ask people to sign up for community service hours, I always have a lot of people asking me like, "Oh, are you gonna go? Are you gonna go?" And I'm like, "Of course I'm gonna go. Like, of course I'm gonna go help our church." And then just kind of like also, I mean, at school when like people will see me, I want to set an example. Have to like show them like this is what our church is. This is the Catholic Church, and you know like we're really good people, and I hope that other people will follow in my footsteps also and like come and be the best people that they can try to be.
I think definitely going back to school, people have like changed. Well, not really changed, but just like their views on me has been more like, oh, he's accomplished so much since then, and they like view me differently in a way. Like they view me more in a leadership position, especially at my church, especially because at the church I go to, we do a summer camp, and there's the head counselors that are usually in charge of the grade, and then there's the assistants that basically just, assist the head counselors. And I'm one of the assistants this year after being 2 years of a head counselor. But even as an assistant, a lot of the, counselors or assistants or head counselors mainly like look to me to what to do or like any questions that they have. So I think definitely it's like what Chris said, like setting an example, showing them how the church is, and definitely going back to school and starting the Savio Club, because I started a club to try to introduce people to the church. That's been a real game changer. Been a lot of people participating, hosting meetings in the library or just the classrooms, and telling people about the church and how I even got to the position that I got to. So
I started I'm trying, because after the experience, it brought me to realize I wanted to bring more people into the church. So I am helping my youth group coordinator and being her like assistant over the summer, because I didn't know what else to do, and like I love helping kids out, like my siblings, so I thought it would be a great idea.
I feel like because I had this exact basically like dialogue and reflection as soon as I got back to my church. We talked a lot about like the youth being the church now, and that was actually something that our church has been advocating for a while. We've been trying to involve the youth in a lot of the activities, letting the youth take over, and which is why I got a lot of the leadership positions. And we've been doing a lot of interracial dialogue since then, and we actually have one upcoming in 2 days to talk about that same thing. So I think slowly but surely after that dialogue, a lot of people's minds have changed about the youth being the church now, and like are starting to be more open and success, like basically, yeah, just open to the idea and the whole concept.
Yeah, I think especially like I've noticed it a ton in my church, because like the whole community, like I live in a sort of more retirement town kind of, and there's a lot of like senior citizens that go to my church, and I noticed like basically all of them are like insanely supportive of like our youth group, and they always want to hear, they're always talking to our youth group, they always want to hear like what we're doing and how we're doing, and just like the kind of like the inside stuff of like what we're doing in youth group. And they're all just like so invested and interested, and every time we have like fundraisers or anything to do to help like our youth group grow or go to like conferences, they're always there to support every single time. And I think it just like it's really hit them that we're out there making a difference right now, and they want to like help us in every way we can to make that difference. And they've really been showing it like lately.
At my church, I've been noticing more kids my age and older, like around our age, coming to the church, and I like seeing them in our youth group meetings, because the senior citizens of our church, or like the older people, they would come and they would teach us about the stuff that they would do, and they would just basically educate us on the stuff that used to happen. So then more people are starting to come because it sounds like fun. Maybe you see something, you try it. That's why I didn't do it before the encounter with the Pope. I've now been joining more clubs because I felt like I wouldn't know the experience unless I tried it. So I would say just like if you see something, go for it.
I mean, yeah, I think especially like for people that are kind of more introverted and don't want to do these things, I think it's like really good to focus that it's just baby steps. Like go out there, and if you don't want to like immediately go out and put yourself into this group of people, like just start maybe talking to one person that you think would be a good way into this, and like go and maybe from there integrate yourself with people that you think are gonna like help better your lifestyle and your habits, and eventually get you into like a better relationship with God.
I guess a challenge that I would say is that like going to the church and building your faith doesn't have to be like, necessarily reading the Bible or like doing everything by the book, but it could also be by your actions. So, by being involved in the church in other ways, like the programs, doing fun activities that are engaging. I feel like these sort of conversations can continue when both people have some sort of goal in common. And a goal in common could be like involving more young people in activities. So for example, like at my church, we kind of sort of have to talk to like the pastors and everything, but we of course do it willingly because we want to involve them and they want to involve us in any of the activities that going on in the church. So if there's like a fall fiesta or if there's an event that's going on in the church, we're all going to try to invite each other and see what best of situation and best like activity we can make of it.
Yeah, I think a lot of like young people can get intimidated, like, oh, this is like a pretty important person, I don't want to talk to them. But I feel like it's like they're such, like, especially my pastor, like they're really nice people, and especially like my church, they usually have like a seminarian here, like usually helping out, like at some point of the year, and like last year the one that was here was amazing, and this year we have one right now, and he's always at youth group and he's always conversating with the teens, and he like kind of wants to see, like, look into like how we think, and he wants us to give us ideas and he wants us to give him ideas and just like converse with him. And I think that was like really great for my youth group because it kind of showed them like, don't be afraid to like go talk to these people because they're really good people and they really want to help you. Just all you have to do is ask. Like, it's one question, all you have to do is ask, and they're willing to have this whole conversation with you. And in any way, it doesn't have to be this super serious conversation. Like, they'll tell you anything and they'll just help you in any way they could, because that's what they're there for, to help you, and they're like more than eager to. That's what like I've learned from my experience.
To add on to what Chris said, I think like my youth group is also doing that. I also think that having family formation is also helping, because we have sometimes where we go together as a group with our whole family, and sometimes we go into breakout rooms with the little kids. So yeah.
Just like a huge thank you, because like all of this was made possible through all of you guys, and like it's really changed my life and it's really changed the way I think, and it's just such an amazing experience, and I have like all my gratitude to pour into you guys, because you guys are what made it possible, and like it was an amazing experience. So I can't wait for NCYC this year, and it's going to be amazing again. But just thank you to all of you, because last year was truly, I think, like a whole time that I think I'll never forget for the rest of my life.